Romance of the Three Kingdoms, Chapter 48.
The story kicks off with this really tense, two brilliant minds talking quietly. Pang Tong often called the Phoenix Fledgling, which is a great nickname.
It really is. Captures that hidden genius idea.
Exactly. And the other is Zhou. Now, just for context on Pang Tong, he got that name because his strategic brilliance wasn't always obvious, right? Kind of hidden behind his looks and how he acted.
Like a young bird, not yet showing its full plumage.
Perfect. And Zhou, well, he's in a seriously tricky spot. He'd sworn this oath, you see, loyalty to Liu Bei, vowed he'd never offer advice to Cao Cao.
And that's because Cao Cao was responsible for his mother's death. A huge motivator.
Huge, yet here he is, kind of trapped within Cao Cao's massive army, and he's terrified. Absolutely terrified. He'll get caught up in the coming battle.
The source uses that great phrase, jade and stone will be indistinguishable. Basically, everyone gets wiped out, innocent or not.
Yeah, collateral damage on a massive scale.
No, what's truly ingenious about Pang Tong here, I think, isn't just the big battle plan he has in mind. It's his grasp of psychology. He sees Zhou's dilemma immediately.
That internal conflict, right? Loyalty versus just staying alive.
Exactly. And he offers him this quiet way out. A method to escape, as the text says. And look, this isn't just him being nice.
No, it's strategic.
Absolutely. By helping Zhou, Pang Tong cleverly removes this really valuable mind from Cao Cao's inner circle. It weakens the enemy, subtly, but at a critical point.
So Pang Tong leans in, whispers just a few words, that's all. A quick, quiet instruction.
And boom, just like that, this tiny interaction, seemingly minor, sets this major plot line rolling.
Zhou doesn't waste any time. He gets his instruction and immediately starts working. At night, he subtly starts spreading this very specific rumor through Cao Cao's camps.
And the rumor itself is just brilliant, so targeted.
It really is. He spreads the word that Han Si and Ma Teng, these two powerful warlords in the northwest, guys who'd always been a problem for Cao Cao,
Constant headache for
are now rebelling out in Ziliang. And they're marching straight for Zhou, Cao Cao's capital.
It's not just a vague threat. It's specific, plausible, and hits Cao Cao exactly where he's vulnerable while he's away on campaign.
So the big question is, why does Cao Cao buy it? He's usually so sharp, so suspicious.
Well, the source actually tells us, Cao Cao himself admits, out loud apparently, that Han Sui and Ma Teng are his biggest worry while he's focused on the south. It's his Achilles heel.
Ah. Okay, so the rumor lands perfectly.
Lands perfectly. So when Zhou, playing the part of the loyal subordinate perfectly, steps up and volunteers, says, "Let me take 3,000 men. I'll go guard Sangwon Pass."
Which is that key strategic point on the road back to the capital.
Precisely. When Zhou offers this, Cao Cao isn't just relieved, he's actually delighted. He says something like, with you there, I'll have no worries.
Wow. Hook, line, and sinker.
Completely.
And so Zhou, with Zhang Ba leading his vanguard, leaves immediately. Pang Tong's plan. A total success.
There's even that later poem, right? Captures it perfectly. The Phoenix Fledgling's word taught Zhou, just like a fish escaping the hook.
Love that image. It's subtle, yeah, but so effective. Strategic misdirection at its finest. Clears a potential obstacle right out of the way.
Okay, so Zhou's gone. Cao feels a bit more secure, maybe. Ready for the main event.
Now, you really have to paint the picture here. Imagine the scene. We're on the Yangtze River. It's Janxian 13, 11th month, 15th day.
It's a late autumn, almost winter.
Right. And the weather's clear. The river's totally calm, like glass. Cao Cao's on this huge flagship, his banner flying, surrounded by his fleet, his water camps, hundreds of guards, officers, the whole spectacle.
This is Cao Cao at his absolute peak. Power, confidence. Just overflowing. He looks around, sees the landscape, Namping Mountain, Wulin, all these places that are about to become battlegrounds.
And he makes this grand declaration, almost like he's talking to the heavens. His lifelong mission, he says, is to sweep clear the four seas, pacify the world.
And Jianyan, the Southlands, that's the final piece of the puzzle for him. He looks at his army, his million-strong army, probably an exaggeration, but still massive.
Oh yeah, definitely hyperbole.
And he's utterly convinced success is just inevitable. There's no doubt in his mind.
And he starts mocking his enemies, just full of contempt. Zhou Lusu dismisses them, says they don't understand heaven's will.
Like they're beneath him strategically and cosmically.
And then Liu Bei and Zhuge Liang, he scoffs, calls them ants trying to shake a mountain. It's pure arrogance.
And this extreme confidence, it really borders on hubris, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What does that tell us about his mental state right before this massive decisive battle.
It's almost like he's daring fate.
It really is. And he even reveals this very personal ambition. He's 54, he mentions, and if or when, in his mind, he conquers Jingyan, he wants to marry the Zhou sisters.
The famously beautiful Zhou sisters, taking them would be like the ultimate prize, wouldn't it? Symbolizing his total victory.
And he plans to house them in his brand new bronze sparrow platform, this monument he'd built. It's all tied up. Military conquest, personal desire, legacy.
And the source itself throws in this little detail, this bit of foreshadowing. It quotes a later poem, Tang Dynasty by Demu.
Ah, yes, the famous one.
It mentions the east wind, which becomes crucial later, and the bronze sparrow platform locking up the Cao sisters. But it hints, doesn't it, that things might not go Cao's way at all.
A lovely touch of irony inserted by the narrator or compiler. Then there's the omen.
Right. Amidst all this confidence, this strange thing happens. Crows start flying south, cawing loudly in the night. It's unsettling.
But Cao, he just brushes it off. Maybe he's had too much wine. Maybe he's just too full of himself.
It says, oh, the crows are just confused. They see the bright moon, think it's dawn. Nothing to worry about.
Dismissing a potential warning sign completely. Classic hubris again.
So the night goes on, more wine flows, and Cao's mood shifts again. He grabs his spear.
A symbol of his power, his martial prowess.
He pours a libation, like an offering, into the river, drinks 3 more cups himself, and then he gets quite emotional, almost theatrical. He starts listing his great victory.
Recounting his life's work.
Exactly. Yeah. Defeating the Yellow Turbans, capturing Lu Bu, destroying Yuan Shao, conquering the north, all the way to Liaodong. He boasts, I've conquered vertically and horizontally. Like he's fulfilled his destiny as a great man.
You know, this isn't just drunken rambling, though. It feels like a genuine moment of reflection for him, summing up his entire career right before what he thinks is his final triumph.
And then he recites his poem, the famous one, To Whine When I Sing. True. Which is actually a really beautiful, quite melancholic piece. It talks about life being short, like morning dew.
About past sorrows, seeking comfort in wine. It's surprisingly deep and reflective, actually. Shows another side of him.
It does, but there are these specific lines in the poem.
Ah, yes. The lines that trigger everything. Moon bright, star sparse, crows fly south.
Echoing the earlier omen.
Circle a tree thrice, no branch to rely on. That last bit is key. No branch to rely on.
And someone hears this. Someone dares to speak up. Lu Fu. Lu Fu. Not just anyone. He's the governor of Yangzhou. The source makes a point of telling us he's esteemed, capable to set up schools, agriculture, help the people, a loyal administrator.
Someone with a track record, someone Cao should probably listen to, and Lu Fu points directly at those lines.
He says they're inauspicious words. Basically, boss, that sounds bad. That sounds like instability, like having nowhere to land, like failure.
I mean, talk about courage. To say that to a powerful warlord who's clearly drunk and emotional in front of everyone.
What drives him?
Well,
loyalty, honesty, a sense of duty. It's incredible bravery.
But it leads to this tragic clash, truth versus power. Cao just snaps.
Pure rage. He screams, how dare you ruin my spirits? His festive mood is shattered by this dose of reality.
And then impulsively, horribly, he just kills Lu Fu, runs him through with that same spear he was just using for toasts and pronouncements. Right there.
The whole banquet just stops. Dead silence. Shock, horror. The party's definitely over.
What a scene. The shift from grand ambition to petty, murderous rage in an instant.
And the next day, when Cao sobers up.
Profound regret. Immediate remorse. The source says he weeps, openly admits his mistake. He knows he messed up badly.
And he tries to make amends, sort of. Offers Lu Fu's son, Lu Shi, the highest funeral, honors a duke's burial, sends the coffin back with a military escort.
It's an acknowledgement of Lu Fu's status and service, yes, but too little, too late. It starkly highlights Cao's volatility, how unchecked power and emotion can lead to disaster.
Cao's iron chain strategy. His goal was clear. Conquer the south.
The big prize.
But the hurdle, as we said, his northern troops were land-based. They just didn't have sea legs, so to speak.
Yeah.
Not used to naval combat.
Right. How do you get soldiers who are comfortable on solid ground to fight effectively on, well, swaying river ships?
Exactly.
And that's where this iron chain idea comes in. It's credited to Feng Qiu.
Feng Tong, yeah.
Right. His commanders, Maoji and Yu Jin, report the ships are paired and interlinked, basically chained together.
It sounds simple, but it was quite something for the time, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Revolutionary almost. It created this stable platform, turning lots of small, potentially unstable ships into essentially one huge floating fortress.
Correct.
Very steady.
Which on the surface solves the seasickness problem, the instability for his land troops. Makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
But you can almost immediately see the other side of that coin, can't you? The new vulnerability it creates.
Precisely. You solve one problem, but maybe you create a bigger one down the line, an Achilles heel, as you said.
And Tao seems completely sold on it. He sets himself up on a large warship right in the middle to watch this grand drill.
He wants a front row seat, and the organization was, frankly, incredible. They had this really elaborate 5-color flag system.
Yeah, tell us about that.
It coordinated everything: water forces, land forces, central command, front, rear, left flank, right flank, yellow in the center, red at the front, black at the rear, green left, white right, for both water and land divisions.
Wow, so meticulous. You had specific generals for each sector.
Absolutely. Maoji and Yujin, central on water, Zanhe front, Lu Qin rear, Wen Pin left, Lu Tong right. Then on land, Zhu Huang front, Li Dian rear, Le Jin left, Zhao Yu on right, plus liaison officers, guards, battle supervisors, Xiahou Dun, Cao Hong, Chu Chu, Zhang Liao. A very tight ship, literally.
I can just picture the sheer spectacle of it, those flags whipping in the wind.
Mm-hmm.
You can almost hear the drums across the river. And for those northern troops, the ones from King Shu Yan Day, as the text says.
Yeah, the landlubbers.
Right. It must have been a huge morale boost, finally feeling steady on the water.
Oh, definitely. The drill itself was impressive. 3 drum rolls, the ships deploy, sails up, catching this strong northwest wind.
And the effect.
The text says the ships were stable as if on flat ground. Really solid.
So the soldiers could actually practice.
Yes. Practice spear and sword, work with real enthusiasm. No stumbling around. Plus, they had like 50 small patrol boats keeping order, nothing left to chance.
And Cao, watching all this?
He was greatly pleased, utterly convinced this was it, the winning strategy, the key to overcoming his troops' weakness on water.
He must have felt pretty untouchable at that moment.
He really did. Which, brings us right to this crucial debate. He's riding high, praising Feng Chu's ingenious plan, saying the linked ships made crossing the river like walking on flat ground.
Easy peasy. But, not everyone was quite so swept up in the confidence, were they?
No. Cheng Yu steps forward, Cheng Zongde, and he voices a really critical concern.
The obvious one, maybe.
The obvious one, if you're not blinded by your own brilliance, perhaps. He says, if they use fire attack, it will be difficult to avoid.
Bang. Right there. The Achilles heel. All those linked wooden ships.
Exactly. A huge interconnected tinderbox.
And Cao's reaction. He wasn't happy.
Oh, quite the opposite. The text says he laughs greatly, just dismisses it, tells Cheng Yu he has foresight, but still misses something.
Wow. Hubris. Much. That's classic. A leader hearing a warning and just batting it away because it doesn't fit the narrative.
It really is. It shows how even brilliant minds can fall into that trap, especially when maybe their advisors are a bit too eager to agree.
And was Cheng Yu alone? Or did others see the risk?
Well, Sun Yu actually echoes the concern. He asks Cao why he's laughing, so the worry was there. It wasn't just one guy.
But Cao had an answer, didn't he? He had his logic all worked out.
Oh, he did. He lays out his reasoning. Key principle. Any fire attack must rely on wind power. Makes sense.
Okay.
And then the crucial part, now it is deep winter. December, January, maybe? Meaning he believed only west or north winds were possible at that time of year.
At his position.
He says, I am in the northwest, their troops are all on the south bank. So his logic follows. If they use fire, they will burn their own troops.
Oh. The wind would blow the fire right back at the Southern Army.
That was his firm belief. He even adds, if it were earlier, maybe early winter, like October, he would have been prepared. But now, no risk.
It sounds, logical based on his assumptions about the wind.
It does. And apparently it was convincing enough for his generals. The source says they all bowed down, praising his high insight.
So consensus reached. No fire threat.
Pretty much. He even hammers the point home. Without these linked ships, his northern troops just could not cross the danger of the Great River. It was necessary and, in his view, safe.
Okay, so confidence is sky high. What happens next? This leads to a bit of action, right?
It does. This feeling of invincibility, perhaps, prompts a bold challenge. 2 generals step forward, Zhao Chu and Zhang Nan. They were former officers of Yuan Shao.
Trying to prove themselves, maybe?
Could be. They basically say, hey, northern troops can handle boats too. and they volunteer for a pretty risky mission.
Which is?
Take 20 small boats, cross the river, and basically raid the enemy camp, capture some flags, drums, cause some chaos.
Bit of bravado there, challenging the Southern Navy on their home turf.
Definitely. Zhou actually hesitates at first. He warns them, these Southern guys are experts on the water. This is dangerous.
But they push back.
Oh, yeah. They insist. They passionately declare they'll suffer military law, face execution if they fail. They specifically want small boats, maybe 20 men each, and they want to go that day to attack the Jianyan water camp.
Bold. Very bold. Did Cao Cao go for it?
He did. He relented. Granted them the 20 small boats, 500 elite soldiers armed with long spears and strong crossbows.
So a decent little strike force.
Yep. And he ordered his main fleet to deploy at dawn sort of as a distant show of force, and sent General Wen Pin with 30 patrol boats as backup, just in case.
Right, covering his bases a bit. So the skirmish begins.
Early next morning, drums, gongs, Zhao Chu and Zhang Nan head out towards the south bank.
Meanwhile, on the southern side, Zhou knows they're coming.
Oh yes, his scouts are good. They reported Cao Cao's big drill, and now these incoming small boats. Zhou Yu asks for volunteers to meet them.
Anti-takers.
Immediately. Han Dang and Zhu Tai step forward, eager. They each take 5 scout boats to act as vanguards.
So it's about to kick off. How does the fight go?
It's fast and brutal. Zhao Shu's boat attacks first, firing arrows, but Han Dang engages directly. He's got a shield, a long spear. The text is blint. Han Dang delivers 1 spear, 1 thrust, and kills Zhao Chu, just like that.
Oof, quick work. What about the other leader, Zhang Nan?
He's still in the fight, pursuing Han Dang perhaps. But then Zhu Tai shows up. Arrows are flying everywhere. Zhu Tai does something pretty dramatic.
What's that?
He uses one arm to shield himself, wields his saber with the other, and then just leaps 7 to 8 feet, jumps right onto Zhang Nan's boat.
No way. Like something out of a movie.
Totally. Lands on the deck, kills Zhang Nan, throws his body into the river, and then apparently takes down some other soldiers too.
Wow. Talk about decisive action. These Southern commanders are no joke on the water.
Not at all. The remaining northern boats, understandably, turn and flee.
And the Southern boats pursue.
Han Dang and Zhu Tai give chase, yeah. They run right into Wen Pin's 30 backup boats mid-river. So a bigger fight breaks out there.
And Zhu Yu is watching all this.
From a mountaintop vantage point, he's observing the whole scene. Cao Cao's fleet, described as dense like reeds, very orderly.
Impressive, even to the enemy commander.
Yes. But he also sees his guys, Han Dang and Zhu Tai, getting the better of Wen Pin, who starts to retreat.
So, a victory for the South in this skirmish.
It looks that way. But Zhu Yu gets cautious. He sees his generals winning, but worries they might push too far, get drawn into a trap.
Smart thing.
So he signals a recall, waves a white flag, orders the gongs to sound retreat. Han Dang and Zhu Tai obey and return.
Okay, so the skirmish is over. Southern morale gets a boost. Northern bravado gets checked. But this leads to something unexpected with Zhu Yu, right?
Exactly. This is where the chapter takes a really sharp, dramatic turn. Yeah. After the fight, Zhu Yu is looking out at Cao Cao's massive, dense fleet again.
Still formidable despite the skirmish.
Immensely so. And he asks his generals, how do we actually defeat that? The scale of the challenge is clearly weighing on him.
And then something happens. An omen.
Just then, yes. A sudden gust of wind hits Cao Cao's central command ship. The main yellow flag, the commander's standard, snaps its pole and falls right into the Yangtze River.
Whoa. Symbolic. How does Zhu Yu react?
Initially, he laughs greatly, sees it as a terrible sign for Cao Cao, calls it an inauspicious omen. Bad luck for the enemy.
Okay, so he's feeling pretty good about that. Seems like fate might be on his side.
For a moment, maybe, but then, as he's watching, another strong gust of wind sweeps across the river surface. Much stronger this time. Waves crash on the banks.
The weather's turning.
Seems like it. And then a corner of flag is blown by this wind right past Zhu Yu, actually brushing against his face.
That's eerie.
And it triggers something. The text says Zhu Yu suddenly remembers something. Something clicks in his mind.
Remembers what? Does it say?
It doesn't say what he remembered, just that he has this sudden realization. He shouts out.
Shouts what?
Again, doesn't specify, just a shout. And then he collapses, falls backward, vomits blood, and loses consciousness. Right there on the mountaintop.
What a hunter. Just like that? From seeing a flag and feeling the wind?
Exactly. It's incredibly sudden and dramatic. The source ends right there, leaving us hanging. It says, one moment he laughs, then shouts, making it difficult for the Southern Army to defeat the Northern Army. What becomes of Zhu Yu's life? Read the next section.
Wow. What a cliffhanger.